right, it's a big welcome to a brand new edition of Total Sports on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. It's a brand new edition of the show, and of course, it is a brand new week, and of course, it's a big one for all our Muslim faithful, everyone that has not identified with Total Sports on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. We say happy Eid al-Fitr to all our Muslim brothers and sisters out there, and well, it's just a perfect time to discuss our topical stories making rounds in the exciting world of sports. It's Total Sports on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. We are the first and only business radio station in Nigeria. Of course, you know, this is your station of choice. Welcome to your daily sports tonic on radio on the first and only business radio in Nigeria. My name is Isaiah Akinremi. You're welcome on board. Don't forget, on a Monday like this, we have the opportunity to take a review of all the bigger sporting stories making round, especially the big actions from over the weekend in the big leagues in Europe. In the English or Premier League, there is still fights to finish between Manchester City and Liverpool for the title in the English or Premier League. Not forgetting the top four race, which also involves the North London club, and of course the relegation dogfight. Teams are battling hard for the likes of Leeds United, Burnley and Everton. We shall also discuss the title race that is hotting up in the land of the Azzurri, talking about the Italian Serie A for the likes of the Milan clubs, AC Milan and Inter Milan, talking about the Rossoneri and the Nerazzurri. Big wins for them, for AC Milan defeated Fiorentina by a goal to nil, caught of the Portuguese player Rafael Leao, and of course Inter Milan, the Nerazzurri defeated Udinese by 2-1. Two teams have also qualified for the prestigious UEFA Champions League for next season, talking about Napoli with Victor Osimhen on the scorer sheet, and not forgetting Juventus, the old lady of Turin, talking about the Bianconeri. So no Champions League football for the likes of Roma, Lazio and Atalanta for next season, but it's all wrapped up, signed, sealed and delivered for Carlo Ancelotti men, talking about the Los Blancos and the Los Merengues, who have clinched the Spanish La Liga title, the Primera Division. So congratulations to the Los Blancos, and of course it is the perfect story for them going to the prestigious UEFA Champions League game against Manchester City at the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu. We expect games tonight in the English Premier League. It is the last home fixtures for the likes of Manchester United in the EPL as they welcome the Bees Brentford to Old Trafford. This and many more we shall be discussing this afternoon on Total Sport on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM, even as we take review of match day 26 in the Nigerian Professional Football League, the NPFL. My name is Isaiah Akinremi. You're welcome on board. When the time is right, we shall open the phone lines for you to join the conversation. 091-6104-7698, 091-6104-7698, or 081-105-26487, 081-105-26487, or 0902-2809-257, 0902-2809-257. Phone line buzzing already, but let's keep it on the wraps. When the time is right, we shall open the phone lines for you to join the conversation. You can also send your WhatsApp or text messages to 070-6093-2899, 070-6093-2899. We are also live on Facebook. Just go to www.facebook.com/IBR925FM Ibadan, www.facebook.com/IBR925FM Ibadan. You can get to watch us live, and of course drop your comment in the comment section of the Facebook Live, and of course you can get to watch all our programs on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. Let's get the show started. Alright, let me welcome Kolade Amutajero, the sport Venga, who is making a big return on the show this afternoon. Kolade, it's good to see you again on Total Sports on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. You are donning the Arsenal jersey, of course, why not? After the London Derby win at the Olympic Stadium against the Hammers.
No, it's not even that. Anyway, I just felt like wearing something, and that was what my hand could. I was not like William my hands on.
That's right. It's good.
Prophet, it's nice to be here.
Nice to see you again.
You know, it's always a pleasure for me to be around you when you want to prophesy. So
thank you.
Let's do that together.
All right, let's do that together. That's the voice of Kolade Amutajero. We popularly call him the sport Venga. and of course, it's one man that makes the program thick every time he is on set. And well, Toby Ajewole is also here. It's good to see Toby in the live studio. Toby, I got to know you support Arsenal some hours back. I never knew you support Arsenal, but there's some touch of red also, from from the shirt you are putting on. Well, how are you doing? How was your sporting weekend?
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, I didn't know I would be outed on air about the football club that I supposedly support.
Are you ashamed of your club?
Well, no, not at all, not at all. But it's nice to be here to talk about sport. As you actually said in your intro, the weekend was for the action, and today Monday is actually a review of what has actually gone on, and we actually saw from the world of sports. We saw what happened from the hardcourt of the NBA, football, or the likes. It was just a buffet of sporting activities, and let's just bite into it.
Okay, let's just bite into it. You will also have the opportunity to bite into it, just like Toby said, when try to feel your pulse and tell us your high points and low points from the sporting weekend for the lovers of the English Premier League. It seems no one wants to blink first, but at the end of the day, we must have a team that will blink first, because they can't share the trophy. That's very sure. One person must go home with the trophy, and the two teams also will be in action this week, talking about the UEFA Champions League. And there's also the possibility of these two teams also slugging it out in the final of the UEFA Champions League. But let's wait for that. Let's quickly start from the NPFL. Toby, let me come to you, talking about match day 26 of the Nigerian Professional Football League, the NPFL. Don't forget, it's been the battle between two teams who are fighting for the title. Just like we saw over the weekend, it's been battle between teams in the English Premier League and of course the Italian Serie A. But in our own right, also in the Nigerian Professional Football League, after match day 26, two teams now stood high, and stood high above all other teams, and it's been identical results for the likes of Rivers United and of course Fidelis Ilechukwu's Plateau United. But before we discuss that, because both teams, were on the losing end at the end of match day 26, let me just quickly run through results of games from match day 26 of the Nigerian Professional Football League, the NPFL. Katsina United defeated Aqua United by a goal to nil. Eyimba, the People's Elephants, also won against Gombe United by 3 goals to nil. Our own Shooting Stars, had to settle for a goalless draw in Akure against our Sunshine Stars. That was the South-West Derby. Niger Tornadoes, the solid miners, defeated Kano Pillars, the Saima Sugida team, who are in the relegation zone. Unlike Kano Pillars swimming in the relegation waters, they lost by a goal to 2 to Niger Tornadoes. Kwara United also put an end to their jinx against Rivers United and halt the momentum of Stanley Guma's side by winning by 2 goals to 1 in Ilorin. Rangers International also did their own continental aspirations all good by getting a goalless draw against MFM in Lagos. Atlanta Naze Millionaires also won against Abia Warriors by 2 goals to 1 in the Oriental Derby. Remo Stars 1-0 winners against Wiki Tourists to have a push for continental places. Takada defeated another title chasing team Plateau United by a goal to nil, while Lobby Stars won against Nasarawa United by 2 goals to 1. Well, Toby, it's a big opportunity for Plateau United to win and cut the gap between them and Rivers United to 1 point. But after Rivers, were defeated by Kwara United by 2 goals to 1, Plateau United also ended on the losing side at the nest of champions, by losing by 0 goals to 1 against Dakar. So status quo still remains for these two teams.
Yes, status quo still remains. As you said, it's a battle. There's a battle going up at the top of the league. There's also a mini battles going at the middle of the table, also at the foot of the table. Because as you can see earlier, you would have expected that maybe the likes of even Plateau United or even Rivers United should have ground out maybe even an away point. But unfortunately they were not able to actually get those vital points, because at the end of the day, that these other teams at various points of the table, they're actually trying to cement or even keep their Premier League status.
That's
because
right.
This is the business end of the league.
Of course.
Every point is very important.
Every point counts.
Every point counts. Look at what actually happened at Akure when Shooting Stars actually was hosted by Sunshine Stars. They got that very precious away point, because in as much as it ended 0-0, it did a lot of good to Shooting Stars, because if you look at the gap between Shooting Stars, they are presently 11th.
11th, yeah,
They are
exactly.
11th, and I think it's just 3 points or 4 points that is separating Shooting Stars and I think the 7th placed team.
Yeah,
on
the
the
7th place is Eyimba on 38 points. Shooting Stars 11th on 34 points. That's 4 points.
Exactly. So you notice that any slip up by any team can be costly. It can either make or break your Premier League season. So it's good for them they were able to get that away point. But looking at what is actually going on with the guys at the top of the table, that is
Plateau United and Rivers United.
And Rivers United. You know that this is the business end of the season. Fatigue can set in because some of these teams they actually travel 1 or 2 days. Exactly. So you won't be surprised whereby they will set in with fatigue. And you know this is the NPFL. You know that there's been people that will tell you that okay, it's a different team that will actually prosecute home games. It's another squad that will
different roster.
Exactly. So it will go down to the wire. That's one thing that I will assure you of the NPFL this season.
Okay, well for the NPFL as it stands after match day 26, Rivers United are placed in first position with 55 points, closely followed by the Jos-based team, Plateau United, who are in second position with 51 points. 4 points difference, just like Jiwale was trying to proceed, that is going to be fight till the end. The goal difference is still in favor of Rivers United, plus 27, Plateau United plus 21. The Remo Stars, who are looking to seal the CAF Confederation sport, in third position with 43 points. Rangers also in fourth with 42. Kwara United fifth position with 40. And for the teams in the relegation from 17th to 20th, we have Atland in 17th position with 28 points. Abia Warriors in 18th position with 27 points. Kano Pillars 19th position with 26 points. While MFM, the Church Boys, are placed in 20th position with 24 points. Shooting Stars are placed in 11th as we speak after match day 26 on 34 points. That's the much you can take from the Nigerian Professional Football League, the NPFL. And also, I think over the weekend, I stumbled on the news concerning the Nest of Champions to host the CAF Champions League final. About the CAF Champions League final, remember, is now in neutral ground,
yes.
And CAF has given the go ahead for the Uyu Stadium to host the CAF Champions League final.
Why? Why didn't they bring it to our own Alliance Arena at Lekon Salami Stadium? Now that's funny. No, they should bring. Why they should be in Ibadan now?
Let's stick with what you are saying here. Don't bring politics into this.
No, this is not. We for crying out loud. No.
But what was your reaction to the choice of the Nest of Champions in New York?
Fantastic, really. I think it's now that is what we call development. That's what we call progress. For crying out loud, why would you at this stage be playing CAF Champions League two-legged affair? It makes no sense. Choose a neutral venue right from the beginning. So even if a team from that region decides to get that far, I mean, even they will start working towards it. There will be a lot of lobbying. There will be a lot of planning. If your city is hosting CAF, you can plan your economy around that competition. You know what you're doing. And good one, of course, Nest of Champions, well deserved. For me, I've said it repeatedly, that's the best stadium in Nigeria. And it's so interesting that it did not cost billions to achieve that feat. And good one, hopefully some other towns, some other states will want to
learn from
to
this.
Leverage on that, want to use that, want to see that as how do I call it now, a positive energy. They want to get something from it and say, okay, if you can do it, we can also do it. Who knows, maybe from Nest of Champions it will come to Nikon Stadium and maybe Abuja Stadium,
Ibadan.
Then Ibadan, if curfews is good enough.
Alright, still Total Sport on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. It's been some CAF, disciplinary measures, clamping down on vandalism, crowd violence. After what we saw concerning the last FIFA window for the World Cup qualifiers, the aftermath of that, loss to the Black Stars of Ghana, and Kolade FIFA, has come out with the punishment for teams who are involved in these, and of course, it's also involved Nigeria. And Kolade FIFA's disciplinary committee have imposed sanctions on Nigeria for the misconduct of its fans during the World Cup qualifying tie in Abuja on May 29th. You will recall that displeased fans had vandalized facilities at the MKO Abiola National Stadium following the Super Eagles 1-0 draw with the Black Stars of Ghana. The tie had ended Nigeria's bid to qualify for the Global Football Tournament scheduled to start in November 2022 in Qatar. And according to the statement from FIFA, let's quickly just run through. It says order and security at matches, failure to implement existing safety rules, and failure to ensure that law and order are maintained in the stadium, invasion of the field of play, and throwing of objects. In line with FIFA's zero tolerance stance against discrimination and violence in football, a number of member associations have been punished due to the abusive behavior by their respective supporters, according to the communique. And the Super Eagles also affected. Nigeria also affected from this fine by FIFA, and Kolade Nigeria was punished with a $154,000 fine and one game stadium closure. Remember, fans invaded that the field in Abuja after we were eliminated at home by Ghana in the playoff. That means the first game against Sierra Leone for the African Cup of Nations qualifier we played behind closed door, and of course $154,000 fine, dollars for that scenario.
We should be happy that we didn't get even more severe punishment, because we could have been punished with points deduction. We could have been punished with stadium ban, even throughout the qualifiers for AFCON. We could have gotten even more severe punishment. I think it's just a lesson to learn. Really, football is not. Yes, we know it's a passionate game. It's a game of passion. People want to. It's always very difficult to watch your team lose, especially if they don't get the results at home. But all the same, you should understand that it's a game. You win some, you lose some. If you win away, why can't another team come to your own ground and get a result? So we need to understand that. I think it's archaic. It's like a Stone Age kind of attitude to be destroying things because you didn't get the results. So for me, it is totally unacceptable, and we should be happy, and we should take this fine in good faith. We should take it with gratitude and say thank you for punishing us. And
hopefully we can work more to stop that incident repeating itself, especially for the qualifiers coming on board.
Exactly, and really the truth is, it is not a smart move to actually throw the stadium gates open, because the truth is this: when you throw the stadium gates open, you have a case of mixed multitude. A lot of people will come, people from all walks of life, including criminals. And so, but there's a way to ensure that, to censor those guys coming in, so that you won't have hooligans. Yes, you want passionate fans. You want people that would rouse
support
your team,
that act as the 12th.
Exactly, that will rouse your team to victory. But even at that, you don't want people that would cost you big.
Okay,
you didn't get the result.
Let me still stick with you, Kolade, on this. Apart from Nigeria, Senegal was also affected, and there have been reactions, concerning the punishments melted to Senegal. FIFA also fined Senegal's Football Federation $180,000 for fan disorder during the side World Cup game, remember, against the Pharaohs of Egypt. But one point also which was included in these, many people have come out to say this is double standard, because we know the North Africans, if Toby Ajewole can also assert to these, we know North Africans being notorious when it comes to shining the lesser light on opposing players. But we saw the game against Egypt. We are aware that Senegal also shined that lesser pointers on opposing players, especially that Mohamed Salah penalty shootout incident, which we also witnessed. But including the shining lesser pointers at opposing players, well, Salah's face was a blur of vivid green light when he prepared to take his penalty, which he blasted over the bar, and FIFA has come out to also clamp down and eat Senegal hard. But in the first leg also in Cairo, I saw the game. This was same treatment being dished out by the Egyptian fans to Senegalese players.
Yes, I actually think that both of them should be punished. This idea of lesser thing is, for me, it's not worth it. I mean, it's not as if it's criminal, but I think it's not. It has no place in football, and I think the punishment is actually right, but it shouldn't be for Senegalese alone. It shouldn't be for the Senegalese team alone. It should actually be for the Egyptians too, because they did the same thing in the reverse.
The North Africans are known for this. Yeah. They do this to opposing players.
It's very wrong. It's just for distraction, and there are different ways you you try to distract opponents when it comes to penalties. I could remember when Arsenal played Manchester United shortly before Saka got one, scored the penalty. McTominay actually hit the ball, off him, and he smiled. He went back, he picked the ball, and he scored. That alone, if it had been another player, a temperamental player, could have resulted to a fracas. Perhaps McTominay would get a yellow card, and eventually it would have unsettled the player, and he would lose the penalty. They do this a lot of times. So a player needs to understand that. The best way to silence a critic is get the result the critic is trying to stop you from
exactly. Okay, but what was your take on this, Toby? I believe FIFA also should come out with a rule to checkmate fans coming into the stadium, to ban some certain objects being taken into the stadium, especially this laser, pointer, which I think is also destructive to players, I must confess.
Definitely, you couldn't have said it any better. But I think about one thing I would say is that charity begins at home. What is even CAF doing about these things? Because year after year, season after season, we see these North African clubs, not even national team football.
Yeah, the club side.
We see it in club football, whereby once these North Africans are playing against their opponent, that is one of the things outside of what they do, even outside of the pitch of play, because it's actually what we saw on the pitch of play that we are even talking about. They will have done a lot of unsettling, right from the airport till to the team bus, till this to the very moment the whistle is blown for the kickoff. So I think CAF itself should actually take a stand whereby we would have to be waiting for FIFA to actually give this punishment. CAF should actually release a strong statement, not only a strong statement, good punishment or strong punishment to actually deter football federations or even football fans from even affecting the course of this beautiful game.
All right, FIFA also imposed fines of $128,000 on Congo and $103,000 on Lebanon in similar cases at games against Morocco and Syria. Both also got one-game stadium closures. Right now, let's go for this quick break. When we are back, we'll try to recount the performance of Nigerian players abroad for the likes of Chukwueze, the likes of Osimhen. We're on the scorers sheet, and then we take our business to Europe. We'll be right back.
Look, there's no easier way to say this. Slow internet is bad for business. So, if you want what's best, get the Airtel Smartbox outdoor unit for SMEs.
Indeed, do business at internet speed of up to 200 megabytes per second with the Airtel Smartbox outdoor unit for SME and enjoy instant access to other amazing offers. Dial 1010 toll free or send an email to airtelbusiness@ng.airtel.com to get started.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Alright, it's good to know you are still here for Total Sports on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. Welcome on board. And of course, before we went for that break, we spoke about the FIFA ban and punishment on sport federations, and not forgetting games of the Nigerian Professional Football League, the NPFL. Before we move straight to Nigerian players abroad, let's just inform you that Nigeria's under-17 women's national team, the Flamengos, was now overcome their Ethiopian counterpart to earn a ticket to this year's under-17 women's World Cup finals in India in October. Coach Bankole Olowokiri's side defeated Egypt 2-0 in Cairo, with top scorer, talking about Okpeyemi Ajakaye, opening the account in the 5th minute before Aminat Bello had the second. 9 minutes later at the Petro Sport Stadium in Cairo, and we won that 6-0 on aggregate. Ethiopia defeated South Africa 3-0 in Joburg in the first leg of their third round clash, only to lose 1-0 to the South Africans in Addis Ababa. The Ethiopians had edged Uganda on the away goal rule in the second round with aggregate score estimated at 3-0. Right now, moving straight to Nigerian players abroad, and starting with you, well, it was Victor Osimhen who was on the scorers sheet yet again for the Patanopio Napoli in their rout, their annihilation of Sassuolo. Osimhen scored in that game to secure Champions League places for Napoli ahead of next season, but not a good one because they won't be fighting for the title after a recent slump in form for Luciano Spalletti's side. Moses Simon also scored a first-half bracer for Nantes, who were held to a 2-2 draw by Teman Lons in the French La Championor, a result which serves as a huge blow to the European Championship qualification ambition, and well, possibly a preparation, a prelude to that game against Liverpool for Villarreal, because Chukwueze also scored and he was able to end his 12th match league goal drought in Villarreal defeat in the La Liga Santander. Good winner for, good goal for Samuel Chukwueze in that one, but the team ended on the losing side to Deportivo Alaves. But some scorecard of Nigerian players abroad over on the score sheet.
Yeah, definitely. It was a fairly good weekend for Nigerian players over the weekend. But one thing I'm actually happy is with Victor Osimhen and Napoli. At least it's now confirmed that they'll be playing in next season.
That's some consolation for them.
Exactly,
and I remember they were in the running for the title.
Yes, they were in the running.
Results against Empoli and Co really cost them.
Yes, sure. But even that being said, I think it's still a fairly good season for Napoli, because when you look at those actually ahead of Napoli, you're talking about the likes of
AC Milan clubs,
Inter Milan, and you know that once you're talking about the heritage of Italian football, you cannot but include these two Milan clubs.
But Napoli has been knocking on the door, and they have been tagged the perennial butlers.
Yes, they have.
They always show to us from the start of the season, but when push come to shove, they fizzle out.
You know, I would say the glory days of Napoli came during the time of maybe of Maradona, and it was just that instrumental head, and since Maradona, there has been nobody that.
And they had that good form, when Gonzalo Higuain grabbed, was it 38 goals in the season?
But
they pushed Juventus all the way there, but
they still came short.
It's been like that.
Yes, and but one thing I will say about Victor Osimhen's place in Napoli is that I feel he's still underutilized, because most of the time when you see Victor Osimhen's goals, he actually labors for it.
Yeah.
Rather than the team feeding him, he's the one that.
But I think it's the setup of the team. They have is it inverted wingers right now? Wingers that like to score goals, that like to cut in and get goals for themselves. Yes, medicines, the likes of Lorenzo Insigne, Politano, Ivan Lozano. These are guys that will work for themselves, and they score beautiful. Although Spalletti also has pointed in the fact that the team also need to feed Osimhen.
Definitely, no doubt about that. But if you spend that amount on bringing Victor Osimhen to Napoli, then why don't you actually feed him? Because most of the time, it's actually very evident when Victor Osimhen comes to play for the Super Eagles. You see him hustling for the ball, going for every 50-50 chances, and that's actually what goes on there when he's actually in Naples playing for this Napoli club. But if Victor Osimhen doesn't make this transform, because deep down within me, I feel Victor Osimhen's net worth might drop if he doesn't churn in proper performances. So if he can actually leave this Napoli club and go to a club whereby he will be properly utilized, because as an attacker, as a striker, your confidence is built on the amount of goals that you score. And if you decline, look at a certain Lacazette at Arsenal now, he's gradually being fizzled out of the team because he's not churning out the performances that he's meant to be as a top 9. So if he can get out of Napoli and go to a club whereby he will be properly utilized, I think it will do his over a lot of
to be spoke about a decent season for Napoli, where we must also say that is a return to the Champions League football for them after 2-year absence for the Partenopeo, so possibly one to serve for Luciano Spalletti's side. Well, if you are just joining us, it's Total Sports on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM, and right now we take our business straight to Europe to do a review of games played over the weekend, and we start with the English Premier League. Let me run through results of games over the weekend. It started on Saturday in the lunchtime kickoff, where Liverpool defeated Newcastle United by a 1-0 goal scored by Naby Keita. Aston Villa, defeated Norwich City, the Canaries, by 2-0. And guess what? Norwich City have been relegated back to the English Championship. This team, Norwich City, they will come, they'll win the championship, move to the English Premier League. The first time of asking, they go back.
Yeah, I called them
similar like Fulham.
Exactly.
Like both of them always exchange.
Exactly. I call them a yo-yo club, whereby they bounce in and out of the English Premier League.
Crystal Palace defeated Southampton by 2-1. Burnley, big win for them at the Vicarage Road, 2-1 against Watford, the Hornets. Brighton and Hove Albion, what a season this team is having. The Seagulls, remember what they did to the likes of Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal away from home, and they got a big win also in a tough ground at the Molineux against Wolves, 3-0. What a season Leandro Trossard is having, the Belgian. Manchester City responded to Liverpool's win by hammering Leeds United by 4 goals to nil. And for yesterday, Everton 1-0 against the Blues. Chelsea, good win also for Frank Lampard's side in that relegation dogfight. Spurs defeated Leicester City by 3 goals to 1. The highlight was that Son Heung-min goal, the second goal, beauty out of this world. I saw Højbjerg, hold his head with that beauty of goal scored by the South Korean. While Arsenal defeated West Ham United in the London derby by 2 goals to 1. The status quo still remain in the English Premier League. The top 2 teams won their game, although there have been controversy about the goals scored by Liverpool after was it the tackle on the Newcastle United player Sher. It was not spotted by the referee, but at the end of the day, professional performance from Jurgen Klopp's side, and of course it promises to be exciting towards the end of the season.
The Premier League looks very exciting. There seems to be fire everywhere. At the top, battle for the title, battle for top four, battle for Europa League, battle for Conference League, battle for Seminar League, even battle for your job, and battle for peace of mind. But really, it's been pretty interesting, the Premier League.
See that again.
And let me start with the Liverpool game. That was no foul. Initially, when I saw it, I shouted, foul. But when I saw it again, there was no foul. In fact, if somebody was going to be penalized, it was going to be Fabian Schär. Sure. Because, Milner made clean contacts with the ball. He didn't even make any contact with his leg. It was him that was trying to make contact. And I think players need to start learning to play to the whistle. The moment that the moment that incident happened, every Newcastle player suddenly turned into a mannequin and they stopped chasing the ball. And that was the pivotal moment, because bad that perhaps the game would have ended 0-0. So and the same thing happened, to Arsenal when they played Chelsea. For the second goal, the tackle was made on I think Eddie Nketiah, and everybody became mannequin. And Aspilicueta just sneaked in and
I agree with you. The game between Real Madrid and City, the goal scored by Bernardo Silva.
Yes.
When Zinchenko was felled.
Exactly.
Real Madrid players thought, it's going to be
a free kick.
Play
to the whistle.
The referee played advantage.
Play to the whistle.
Goal by Bernardo Silva.
And in that case, you can even understand that of the referee, because he played an advantage.
Okay.
But what if you are on the opposing side, you are the one chasing, and your own player was the one fouled? I was the player committing the foul, and you are standing like a mannequin waiting for the referee to blow the whistle. Play to the whistle. That's why I would love Nketiah for what he did against Manchester United. Even after there was a foul on Saka, and he went ahead and he scored the goal. Now VAR ruled out the goal, but VAR had to call for the penalty. What if he had not scored the goal and assumed that they would blow the penalty, and the referee said it's not the foul? What would you do? You would have lost the goal. Put the ball in the back of the net first, and let them be doing the shalaye later. That's all that matters. So for me, I think, and of course, good on for Arsenal, they had to labor. Even though West Ham had one eye on the second leg of the Europa League semi-final, for me, if I were Moyes, I said it before then. I said if I were Moyes, I would risk, I would risk everything for that second leg, because number one, Moyes is his coaching career, he has never won a title. So if you are winning your first title and it's an European title, it's big. And of course, all these chasing for top four, who has time? If you win Europa League, you walk straight into the knockout group stages of the Champions League. So which one? Because even the top four is not in his hand. He will need Arsenal to fall. He will need Arsenal to falter. He will need Spurs to sleep. He will need even. There is still a Manchester United somewhere there, so it's not necessarily.
But let's get this into perspective, right? Okay, you want to add something?
Yeah, but you understand that being in London derby, they are playing for the pride. Most of
the bragging rights.
Exactly. Look at what happened with Liverpool against Everton. Everton, they are as good as buried, at least when you're talking about this season. But they played their heart out.
Everton had something they were chasing. Everton yesterday, Lampard was not proving a point at Stamford Bridge that you sacked me. Everton. They are fighting for their lives literally, because they are close to the relegation zone.
Of course, they are there. They are close. They are in the relegation zone.
Norwich are down. We know Watford are close down. Now, the last team to go down, Burnley is there.
And Burnley is in form.
Exactly, Burnley is there. Everton is there.
Leeds United
is there. The only edge Everton has is I think they have 2 games in hand.
They have a game in hand.
No,
a game in hand on the teams, around that.
So that's the only advantage they have. So they are fighting for their lives. That was why they gave a spirited performance against Liverpool. It wasn't because of a derby, and it will most likely continue like that till the end of the season, unless the third person is confirmed before then. Right. If it gets down to the wire, even they will give Arsenal a spirited performance at the end.
But what a response, from City. Since we got down to this 1 point difference, Liverpool have started their games ahead of City. Liverpool win, hand over the betting to City, over to you. Can you do this? And for the past three match days, we've seen City come out with convincing performance and tell them that we've been in this position. We are ready to grind this also, even if it's just 1 point, just like they did, I think, in the 2019 season against this same young club, Liverpool. What a response, at the Elland Road. 4 goals to nil, and that has, done some good to their goal difference, because right now they're on plus 63, Liverpool on plus 64, still 1 point, and is going down the wire. It's showing that City, stuff of champions, they're getting closer to that title again.
City know what they need to do, and that's exactly what they're doing. Liverpool can off and puff all they want. All City needs to do is just keep winning.
Win all their games.
Win
all your games and you're champions.
I'm even saying, because the truth is, and that's why I just sit down and I'm laughing, because next weekend is this weekend is gonna be a cracker in the Premier League, because Liverpool play Spurs. If Liverpool must have any chance of
and on paper, Liverpool have the toughest fixtures.
Yeah. If Liverpool must stand any chance of winning the title, they need to beat Spurs. If Spurs need to, if Spurs won the North London Derby to be the fireworks, the organizers want it to be, they need to beat Liverpool. Because if they don't beat Liverpool, if Liverpool should beat them, they will be 5 points. Assuming Aston beats Leeds United, they will be 5 points behind Aston. So Aston can as well sit back and say 1 point here, we are fine. We die here 1 point. The only reason why there will be any top 4 battle in the last 2 games is if Aston should lose the North London Derby. If Aston don't, if they finish the North London Derby, assuming they play draw, and that means Aston will go into the next 2 games, needing just a point, literally. So they will be almost be done and dusted by the end of the. So for me, I think that is the firecracker there. So it's going to be very interesting, and most likely it will be wounded Spurs that will be facing Arsenal in the North London Derby, because there might be injuries, there might be cards, because they will have to throw the kitchen sink at Liverpool, and I don't think Liverpool will want to, step aside. Even though I saw that Liverpool side, and I think they're out for the taking, because even against Newcastle they showed a lot of
vulnerability.
They were very vulnerable. And let's not forget that they'll be playing the return leg of the UEFA Champions League midweek prior to the game against Spurs. So they might be a bit jaded. I think Jurgen Klopp will be, in the middle of 2 things. He won't know what to do, because will he rest players against Villarreal? Because if he does wholesale changes if he does the large scale changes against Villarreal, he might be punished.
He's not expected a wholesale change. It's the semi-final of the Champions League.
He might say he had a 2-goal cushion. He did it against Inter. He had a 2-goal cushion, then he was a bit relaxed, and Inter scored, and they started fire under his belly. If not for that red card to Sanchez, perhaps they would have turned the game on his head. So now, if he needs to play Spurs, will he rest players, or will he throw the kitchen sink at Villarreal and say, okay, let me be done and dusted with this game first, then go for Spurs? Because if he does that and Villarreal push them, who knows, if he gets into extra time and what have you, then he goes to Spurs a bit tired. And this is Spurs that have time to rest, knowing that they need 3 points to play, even though they will have an eye on the North London Derby, to say, okay, we need. So it's going to be very interesting.
It's very, very interesting, and of course it must be interesting, and at times, at the same time, very, very, very demanding for your club, fighting for 4 trophies, quadruple.
It's important to be very smart. That's the truth. I understand you want to make record. You want to be the very first team to
claim
all 4 trophies. But the truth is,
but it's possible.
It's possible.
It's within reach, right? It's possible.
But one is not in his hands. He needs City to slip up for one, and
he's in the final of the FA Cup.
Yeah, it might sound so funny. He might end up with just 1 trophy.
Okay, let's move ahead.
I'm not being biased.
It's possible. I understand you. I understand you.
You know why? I think Pep Guardiola did the smartest thing by electing the FA Cup.
Okay. Scale of preference.
He should go. If I win the Premier League, it's in my hands. I will need to
not in his hands.
No, he has
the driving seat, right?
Yes, he has the advantage. He has the advantage. So, and if you look at the fixture, you will discover that literally it tilts towards them. Then the Champions League. If I win the Champions League, even without winning the Champions League, is already the best ever manager of City. But if I win the Champions League, I would have made record by winning the Champions League with a less fancied side. You might say they have money, but really, and let's not forget that he doesn't even have a standing 9. Literally, he does not have a standing 9. Okay. All those he has are false 9s, decoying as a standing 9. So if he's able to achieve that, he would have set the record.
All right, Koladila, let's try to open the phone lines. But before then, quick one, Toby, quickly react to the relegation dogfight here. We have Burnley, who sacked their manager, and all of a sudden they've been in form. They won against Watford, a big win for them on 34 points. Leeds United 17th on 34. For Everton 32 with the game in hand. We must say out of these three teams, one will drop to join the likes of Norwich, who are confirmed. Watford very soon will be confirmed, I must say. Everton's spirited performance against the Blues, you think that's the momentum they need, because they are confident they will avoid the drop zone.
Well, you see, it's really a dilemma of performances that's going on at Goodison Impact, because I'm sure even the staunchest of Everton supporters wouldn't have expected Everton to actually get that victory, but
against the Blues
of Chelsea, because Chelsea they were more like a moving train until recently, whereby they have been having poor performances. Even the third position whereby Chelsea lies is not that sure any longer. But I hope Everton can be able to build on this thing, because they are a very big club. I think outside of other teams in the Premier, they've not been relegated. And if
the last time was in 1950s.
Exactly, it was that long. So if they can actually build on these performances, they can actually make it. But it's going to be very difficult. Lampard actually congratulated and even saluted the supporters that made a very raucous atmosphere at the Goodison Park. Exactly. So it is doable for them, but it's going to be very difficult. What is going on with Burnley? They have this new manager bounce. Even though I'm not still happy the way they left Sean Dyche. Yeah, but that is football.
That's it. It's
just business. It is the result that matters. So good thing for them. But I'm still giving Everton that slight advantage to actually escape the drop.
All right. 09161047698, 09161047698, or 08110526487, 08110526487, or better still 0902280957, 0902280957. You can also send your WhatsApp and text messages to 0706093289, 0706093289. You can react to what we are discussing down here, the battle to finish in the English Premier League, from what you've seen over the past 3 match days, especially the fight between City and Liverpool. Who do you think will win it at the end of the day? Who do you think will blink first? Also, who will blink first in the race for the Scudetto in Italy? Let me take this message from JJKM. Says, nice to see Lampard get a win yesterday. We hate losing, but in my own opinion, Lampard needed the points more than us, giving it to their former player, right? Said, I don't want to see Lamps relegated, and I want to see Chelsea finish third at the same time. Says Chelsea could afford to lose some points and remain third, and even if they lose another game, they will remain third because they have like 25 goals more than Arsenal. Now Everton needs to win their remaining games, and they are safe. We wish we can loan you Lukaku as well. Running relegated Derby from relegation, we won't want Lamps to go the same direction. Leeds play Arsenal next, and it's up to them. A win keeps their survivor hopes and still Chelsea a top 3 spot, while a loss means relegation and Everton's survival. On top of that, Arsenal and Spurs are yet to meet, and we'll probably watch that game eating some pizza as our brothers kill themselves out there. Wish our legends all the best. Up Chelsea. JJKM, thank you for your message this afternoon. So the lines open right now, 09161047698, 08110526487, 0902280957. Moving to the land of the Azzurri. The result of games over the weekend, Cagliari lost to Hellas Verona by a goal to 2. Napoli annihilated Sassuolo by 6 goals to 1. Sampdoria edged Genoa by a goal to 0. While Lazio defeated Spezia by 4 goals to 3. 2 games are played yesterday. Juventus are confirmed their next season placements in the UEFA Champions League with a 2-1 win against Venezia. Torino defeated Empoli by 3 goals to 1. AC Milan still top of the table against Fiorentina, 1 goal to 0. Rafael Leao with a late goal in that one. Inter Milan defeated Udinese by 2 goals to 1. While Roma and Bologna shared the spoils, which ended goalless in that encounter. If you want to call the studio lines, please call 09161047698 or 08110526487 or 0902280957. The line 0706093289 is for SMS or WhatsApp alone. Well, Toby, still status quo. AC Milan 1, Inter 1, Napoli and Juve confirmed their place next season in the UEFA Champions League. Still 2 points between the two Milan club. 77 points for AC Milan, 75 for Inter Milan. 2 points, between the two Milanese. But I think Inter Milan lost that battle. They could have been top of the table right now if they've won that game in hand against Bologna, in which they lost by 1 goal to 2. But AC Milan still driving. Hopefully they can just get this. It's been a long time AC Milan won this Scudetto. Or can Inter Milan defend their title with Simone Inzaghi in charge?
Well, this is the only chance actually. The AC Milan can actually win this Scudetto, because I remember when I was actually talking with some of my friends, even when this league season actually started, I actually called an AC Milan actually winning the league, because when you look at the type of squad that they have, when you're looking at the likes of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Olivier Giroud, these are actually aging players, and this is the only chance, or maybe the only feasible time they can actually lift the Scudetto because of their age and the likes. And right now, just like what we're talking about Manchester City, that they have their destiny in their hands. They only have to win all their games. But is it going to be easy? Definitely it won't be easy, but it is actually doable for them. And we saw what they actually did, where it was actually Rafael Leao that actually got that solitary goal for them, and it actually came almost when all hopes were down, because they were knocking consistently.
They missed chances,
and even the opposition was also dragging that game till the very end. So it's a good thing for them, and I hope they just actually lift it, because at the end of the day, it's been a long time they've actually had this sort of dominance. They finally broken down the dominance of Juventus, at least in multiple seasons.
The days of Clarence Seedorf and co, Ricosta,
definitely. So and right now that competition is gradually coming back to the Italian league, and people are actually looking at beautiful football. You know that in the past it is always this crunching tackles and hard fouls that were known with Italian football, but right now we are seeing beautiful football, and it's actually going down to the weather.
All right, Carlo Ancelotti, I think, became the first manager to win league titles across the top 5 leagues in Europe, and he did that. Did that with the team Real Madrid after they defeated Espanyol to confirm the title in the Spanish La Liga Santander. And I think now the focus, the attention will be shifted to that game against Manchester City after they've got the La Liga in the bag. So what do you think are some talking points we can pick from Real Madrid winning the title? And do you think this should be the end of Diego Simeone? Atletico Madrid need maybe fresh air to get in someone, and try something new. But kudos to Carlo Ancelotti.
No doubt about that. Ancelotti, for me, it's like he came back to Real Madrid just for that unfinished business. I just came to win the league, and of course, he was helped by the exit of Lionel Messi. It took a while. For me, I actually think that if Barcelona had sacked Koeman at the beginning of the season, and I had Xavi, I think perhaps the league title. I'm not saying Real Madrid wouldn't win, but I don't think it would have ended this soon, because we saw how Xavi has been able to galvanize. When Xavi took over, I think Barca was 6th or 7th, and now they're second. They're second. I think 11 or 12 points behind Real, and I think that would have changed. For me, Barcelona have learnt their lesson, and I think hopefully with Xavi at the saddle and with some new players, they can actually push Real Madrid down the wire. Because I really feel that what Barcelona are going through now, Real Madrid will go through it next season, because you see their team, a whole lot of aged players, the likes of Casemiro.
But we've seen young guys also being brought on. But
yes,
Carlo has not that trust, likes of Camavinga.
The energy of the team, the nucleus of that side, the main, the fulcrum of that side.
The Modric, Casemiro, Cruz combination.
They are aging, and I think they really need fresh blood. Yes, I see a whole lot of Camavinga, but
there's also Federico Valverde in that team.
Even with his brilliance, I think he comes off the bench, so you can't really put so much on his slim shoulders. And I think with Modric around, he can mentor those guys. But if he leaves,
Modric has extended his contract by a year.
Yeah, if he leaves the saddle, would they be able to cope? So for me, I think Ancelotti has done very well. And this thing about Real Madrid, so funny. If he loses the Champions League, if he gets knocked out in semi-final, they could sack him. But even if they go ahead and sack him, still doesn't matter, because he has been able to achieve something that nobody else has achieved. He's won the league, not because he's fantastic. is, but because some other managers are not, I'm very sure if Pep should go to the French league, he will most likely win the league with PSG.
Course, right.
If he goes to the Italian Serie A, he will most likely win it.
He has won it in Germany.
And so he has won it in Germany too. So he could as well do the stand. But who knows, if I just say after City I'm going, because I'm even hearing that the Brazilian national team wants Pep to manage them, and I'm very sure he has his eyes on the Spanish, national team too. So he might end up not being able to go round. So it's not as if Ancelotti winning it is because he's the best all around. No, perhaps he's just the best of the journeymen.
Okay, as we go, quick one because we need to go right now. Toby, about Atletico Madrid and Diego Simeone, they should part ways, or you think this marriage should continue because they are at the risk of missing out of Champions League places, although they are in fourth position with 4 points ahead of Real Betis, but Real Betis still have a game in hand on them. Atletico Madrid, you think need to try something new?
I think
and for Barcelona for next season with Xavi?
Yes, yeah. I think firstly with Diego Simeone, he has become an old dog that only knows a trick, and I think he has gradually lost touch with football because he only plays one way, and once you can actually outwit him with his style of football, he's actually a toothless
then it becomes brutal on you.
Exactly. So I think even if Diego Simeone leaves, he has built a culture around that football club.
Exactly.
So is there someone that can actually come in and just change it
change
overnight?
everything.
So if they bring a new manager, that rebuilding process, and we might not be seeing the likes of Atletico Madrid maybe playing in Champions League or even Europa League football. So that being said, I think at some point they will actually have to bring that divorce. So and with Xavi, the future is bright for Barcelona. Next season, if they can actually support him and give him players to actually bolster the squad, I think they should give Real Madrid a good fight for the next season.
Okay, they should give Real Madrid a good fight for next season. Games to expect tonight. We've got games tonight in England, Spain, Italy and Germany. In England by 8 p.m. United, their last home Premier League fixture will be against Brentford by 8 p.m. at Old Trafford. In the Spanish La Liga, also by 8 p.m. is Getafe up against Real Betis. In the Italian Serie A by 7:45 p.m. Atalanta will be the host of Salernitana, and in the German Bundesliga, these two games will be going down by 7:30 p.m. Nigerian time. Bayern Leverkusen will stay at home at the B Arena and welcome Eintracht Frankfurt, while Borussia Mönchengladbach will be the host of RB Leipzig. Thank you for coming, Kola Del Motor. Always a delight having you on set. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Also to Toby Ajewole, thank you also for coming.
Thanks for having me.
And to you out there, the real MVPs, for starting your week with us on Total Sport on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the celebration. God willing, we'll be back here tomorrow for AM Sport. AM Sport, we now start by 7:45 AM. So please join us tomorrow by 7:45 AM for AM Sport on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. My name is Isaiah Akirem is signing out.
We are black. We are Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. The only business radio in Southwest Nigeria. Don't touch that dial. They follow. Impact Business Radio, IBR 92.5 FM.